Good morning, Michael.
Morning, Gerry. How are you?
I'm fine. Michael, I believe that you've forgotten the name of your correspondent.
We'll tell you, it's a big long name. And Margaret says to me, Margaret couldn't even remember the next day. She heard me in the radio, and she just says, were you talking about Luscious Lucy and all, you see?
Yes.
And one of the drivers out of the big lorries, he came in the next day, and he shouted up, "Hi, Lucy, I heard you in the radio," you see? And she said, didn't hear me in the radio and all. And he calls her Juicy Lucy, but she says that's too common. She says, Luscious Lucy, no, like this here. And all. So she thinks she gets the fellas going. And next thing she come over and she says to me, well, did you talk about me in the radio? I didn't know what to say. I just says I was just saying, but I wasn't saying anything bad.
You didn't ask her.
She said, did anybody ring in? That's what she said. Did anybody ring in? Like about her, she wasn't even on.
Yeah, right. So you have to be very careful when you're talking about people in the radio. Sometimes it's better to ask their permission, but I never...
She thinks it's great. She thinks it's great.
It's all right.
Aye.
Well, listen, the title, you're a fully fledged correspondent here, and there's no pay, of course, but you're entitled to ring up this programme anytime at all with your views as an official correspondent. Now, your correspondency covers the grounds of entitled to your own opinion correspondent. So what we do in a case like this, we have a correspondent like yourself. If you hear anything that you have an opinion on, you're entitled to your own opinion. Therefore, it is quite legitimate to ring up and say, I am the entitled to my own opinion correspondent, and I demand to give it. So in other words, whenever you have a strong opinion, you're entitled to ring up here and give it.
So is that my title, entitled to my own opinion correspondent?
You're entitled to my own opinion correspondent. And if indeed
that's not what you said last week. You said something about integrity, no?
Oh, I never talk about integrity in this programme.
Margaret says, because I you know where you come off. No, and I was on the fluster. Margaret says next morning something about integrity.
No, we don't deal in integrity in this programme. I'm sure it would be very... you wouldn't like it either. No, you have to do... You're entitled to your own opinion. But if indeed you meet other people who have an opinion that's strong and they're entitled to their own opinion, they can express their entitled to their own opinion through you.
You see, this is what I was going to say to you this morning, right?
Yes.
Luscious Lucy has a friend called the Plain Mantis, right?
Yes.
And them two go out together the weekends. Now, I better tell you from the start how the Plain Mantis got her name, right? The Plain Mantis, to look at her, you would think butter wouldn't melt in her mouth. You know, she's one of these wee girls, like, well, she's not a wee girl, she's in her 30s and all now, you know, but she's had men and all, but she never married any of them.
I know.
But what she was doing, you see, I caught this on myself one night. I was out with them, you see.
Yes.
But she would sit there the whole night and she would take maybe a drink of orange juice or something like that, you know, or Coke. And she doesn't drink or anything because she drives the car, you see. And they go to place the way out, like Bangor and all place, and you can't get home in a taxi. So she takes the car and Luscious Lucy drinks enough for the two of them. Margaret says, like, Margaret's never been out with them, but she knows anyway.
Yes.
And anyway, it was... I think it was a Friday or Saturday night, and they were all out, you know, and the Plain Mantis was sitting, and next thing at the end of the night, you know, she hasn't bothered or anything. Next thing I seen this wee boy in her clutches, like he was the youngest fella. He was only about 16, shouldn't even been in the place, I don't think.
Yeah.
And away the Plain Mantis went, and the wee lad thought he was elected. He thought this was great, you see. So that's how she got the name of Plain Mantis, because she just sits there and pretends she knows she's not looking or not bothering or anything, and then she'll go for the youngest fella in the whole place.
And devours him.
She got into trouble one time.
Did she?
A woman come round, it was a Sunday morning, and says, did you go out with my son last night or something? A woman of your age should be ashamed of yourself. And note the Plain Mantis says, like, she was right. Says, well, your son shouldn't have been in. If he's under 18, he shouldn't have been out. Like that. And you should be looking after him better, you see.
Exactly. If they're there, they're game. If they're big enough, they're old enough.
She mouthed off to the Plain Mantis, but somebody told us the Plain Mantis, she does karate, right? She goes on a Tuesday night and does the karate. And she does that, what do you call it, meditation or something, something like that anyway. Says, and here, but I'll tell you about this. Luscious Lucy talked all about it for about 2 weeks. I'm going, know all that. And anyway, she went, and I think it's on a Thursday night or Wednesday night, but we never heard anything about it, and I thought she mustn't have went. You know, when Margaret says asked her, I wouldn't ask her, but you think you knows, eh?
I know.
And anyway, we left it at that, and then one time the Plain Mantis, we're talking, you know, she comes to pick her up, you see, on a Friday night, and the two of them go kicking her legs, you see. And because Lucy would come in with the good clothes on, in the afternoon shift, and she'd get changed in the afternoon shift and put the makeup and all, and she was off to the lorry.
Ready to go as soon as the hooter goes, yeah.
And then they were going out, and the Plain Mantis says, you couldn't even set a piece, with the meditation. And I, what's this? You know, so I was dead nosy. I went over. I says, what do you mean couldn't set a piece? I know what happened. she couldn't keep her mouth shut. No way you're supposed to sit and be quiet, no way your legs crossed and just sort of meditate.
Well, maybe she's not used to it.
My bum's sore and all, I'm feeling awkward, and the man says, don't come back. But she didn't tell us that, you see. She just says, no, she pretended like she didn't go and all.
I mean, see, the only thing about that, a girl that used to go into Bangor on a Friday night wouldn't be used to sitting with her legs crossed, really, would she?
I don't know about that. I'll tell you, but Luscious Lucy, like, it's a great wee girl, you know, nothing wrong with her. Lovely wee girl, you know. I'd like to see her getting a fella would treat her good, no, because the fella she goes out with, like, they only go out, you know. I don't want to say it on the radio, but they only go out, you know, with it.
I know, you don't have to tell me, I know exactly what you mean. And do you know what I like too about that idea of a Friday night, about going away on the outskirts? It's good. I used to be like that myself before. I went through a period like that whereby you would always go to the nearest place where nobody knew you.
You see, this is why they go away out there.
I know.
You know, so as nobody knows them.
Exactly. The nearest place where nobody knows you.
And she pretends she's on a big job and all. No way, like Luscious Lucy just works with us, but the praying Mantis, she has a big job in a company car and all.
Oh, and
she wouldn't drink and drive. Now with Luscious Lucy, like, Lucy couldn't drive.
Well, would Lucy
she went for the test.
Would Lucy say things like, I'm in public relations? Would she say things like that, would she?
She says no things, like one week she's working like the fire service, and then next week she's well up in the civil service, and all those things like that there. And then I can't remember, one night she was caught out, she said she worked at some accountancy company, and all the fella she was talking to worked in it. Oh, will I tell you, we wrote in, she told Margaret and me on Monday morning, and then Gillian would wind her up. Gillian would find out, no name of the fella she met on the Friday night or the Saturday night. And then Gillian, what she would do was she pretend there's a phone call for you at the office, some fella called such and such, and all, and her bacon would go red, you know. And she doesn't know what to say then, you know, because she knows right well it's a lie, like, you know.
Well, as long as she didn't work for Deloitte and Touche, that's the main thing.
Oh, sorry, what did you say?
Listen, Michael, thank you very much, my man. And
you're quite welcome. I
want you to come on any time you feel as if you have an opinion to express.
Here, just before I go, there was a man on last week. Now, I didn't hear it, right, because me and my mum, we were getting into the car because we were going to Bangor, the market. I took her down to the Bangor market on the Wednesday.
Good.
And we were getting into the car and I didn't hear it. But Margaret says, a man, come on, his wife and all in the background. And he says, he's not real. No saying about me. Margaret says, must think I'm a robot.
No, I see. They thought that you were a confection. They thought that you were made up, like one of those people goes on in Vanessa Feltz's shows. But I said to him,
you don't have people made up like that.
I said to him, this is a real person. He's a genuine person. And I appreciate you for what you are, and thank you very much for bringing this program.
You're quite well. And it's not only Vanessa Feltz, because I heard, your man, what do you call him, David Dunseith, is on after you, and Countdown and all that.
Oh, they're all on it.
They're all at it.
Even Dunseith's on it.
I'm sure even I read in the paper, one of the papers the other day, that one of the big films about the SAS or something, and they were all actors, and it says like it wasn't real people. It says it was people and all in it.
The whole thing's gone out of control. David Dunseith has even lost his ball spot.
Oh,
he has. He had a ball spot. Did you notice that the other night on TV? Sorry? Let's talk. Do you remember the other night David Dunseith's ball spot's gone away? Did you not notice that?
No, I didn't notice it, no.
It's gone away. I want it to be known. I want to know where it is.
Maybe he's been talking. Remember Elton John was here last year. Maybe he's been talking to Elton John, got a few tips.
I know, well, mine's still here. I want to know where David Dunseith is, if mine is still here. Anyway, thank you very much, Michael. I want you to come on this programme anytime you want to.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's an open invitation.
Okay, it's good you're better. Again, Margaret was asking about you as well. She'd be listening this morning.
I was rough yesterday.
Because I was going to ring you this morning if you were better.
You'll have to come on our bus. Would you come on our bus?
Margaret says that the bus, it's not a real bus.
It is a real bus.
But you said this morning that you're putting the moratorium. That means you're stopping.
No, I don't know what it means. I just said it because it sounds good. They always say
I had to look it up in the dictionary.
No, they always say it in David Dunseith's programme, having a moratorium. I thought it'd be good.
I think it means to stop something or, hold something.
I think it does, yeah. I think it does. No, I'm going to hold it for a while.
Is the bus going to be real? Is people going to be on the bus and we're all going away?
Yes.
Well, you see, I would go.
I know, I want you to go.
I'd be great. But I'd like to know where you're going first. No, like, I don't like these mystery tours.
No, we won't have a mystery tour. Whenever
you never know where you end up.
I'll give you a selection of destinations.
Well, here, could the four of us go?
Of course.
Because Gillian says she would go, and of course, Luscious Lucy, she wouldn't miss it,
I want you all to go.
But there have to be, fellas there, young fellas for Luscious Lucy, or maybe she won't go.
Don't you worry about that.
The names, then wouldn't like her disappointed.
I'll have a 16-year-old boy there for the praying mantis.
The praying mantis? Sure, she'll be working. She won't be able to go.
All right, then.
Couldn't go.
Okay. Right. Consider it a date. All right, then.
All the best.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye.